If you've been in an auto accident, you have a choice on where to get your vehicle fixed. Choose.
You don't have credit cards with 40% interest in Venezuela.
Now, that may not seem like a huge qualifier for people as far as why we would go there. But remember, everything is not what it's. If we don't even want him in our own country, I don't know. Maybe this is part of the answer.
That Maduro, most people didn't know this, whatever his many faults, I wouldn't hire him as an economist, okay? But whatever his many faults, has the most socially conservative country probably in the hemisphere. So Venezuela is just a fact. I mean, I didn't make this up. I'm not in charge of Venezuela. Just noticing that Venezuela has banned pornography, banned abortion, banned gay marriage, banned sex changes, and banned usury. You don't have credit cards with 40% interest in Venezuela.
Now, that may not seem like a huge qualifier for people as far as why we would go there. But remember, everything is not what it seems anymore. This is not, oh, we've got to take care of the U.S. and maybe there's a national security concern and everything else. Venezuela wouldn't do shit to us. This is about power. This is about the world government and the elites wanting to control a place that has no central banks, that is extremely conservative as far as the moral side of the government there. They have no debt as a country. Actually sounds pretty legit. I may go to Venezuela. You're telling me that I don't have to deal with trans people out there trying to teach my kids that they can cut their dick off anytime and turn into a woman? It doesn't sound that bad. You're telling me I can live in a country with absolutely zero debt? You're telling me I can live in a country without predatory interest rates? Kind of sounds like a dream, to be honest, other than the violence, I imagine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, is anyone else having trouble with Facebook? It's like my whole internet system. For some reason, it will not load Messenger. And even like when I open my internet, my Google shortcuts and everything have changed color. I mean, it's just kind of weird. Just want to stop sharing. Yeah, Messenger will not open for some reason. It won't show me anything either. I can't see nothing. I'm in the blind. Oh, this is stupid. Maybe someone's hacking. But anyways, let's get back to this video. Danny from Heavy Duty Country is kind of right. And we've seen this before with our government. He brings up good points. Venezuela is a country that is not in debt. It has no debt. We also seen that in another country that we attacked and took over, kind of, you know. So here's a country that lives better than us, Venezuela. Pornography has been banned. All kinds of stuff has been banned from there. You're not allowed to be gay. You're not allowed to get an operation and have your body parts switched or anything like that. I mean, it sounds like a country with morals, really. And we seen that in another country. And the guy's name that was the president, I believe, was Castro. You remember Castro? Castro did the same thing. He banned this stuff from this country, which was kind of good, you know. And things were free for people. Your electric your power bills and stuff like that. If you lived in Castro's country at that time, it was free. He gave energy to his people for free. There was a whole bunch of free stuff going on with Castro. And people say that's why they went after Castro, was because he was sustaining his own country in hospitalization, doctors, medication, electric, water. That was all free if you lived in his country when he was reigning it, when he was the president of it or the leader. So, hello, Kel. How you doing? Yeah, something's going on. They're hacking people's computers or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see you around there, Kelta. Thanks for stopping in. So I agree with him on some of this stuff. Here's a country that is not in debt at all. They don't owe anybody anything. I wish we could say that for America. This is shocking. You know, now we went in, Trump saying we own it, the oil, stuff like that. And the United States is going to run it until they figure out what's going on. But we have people now putting out videos that are saying that they're already saying they want America, excuse me, out of there already. So it could be pretty crazy. It could be pretty crazy. Yeah, no, they take care of people over there. Cult saying it's a country with a dictatorship, but there's no money for the disabled. So there's that. Free how? Yeah, everything's free over there, Cult. Well, we think that's what he was leading toward. Venezuela was leading towards, and he might have already had free power. If you were a citizen of Venezuela, you might have gotten free electric. They were doing all kinds of stuff. I was kind of shocked to hear exactly what was going on in some of this video. Now let's watch a little bit more of this video. But I'm just going to say this has happened before. We did this with Castro. Castro was the same way. Everything in his country was free if you were a citizen. That's why his people, for a long time, loved Castro. You know.
Ahora los racistas y supremacistas del sionismo hoy quieren acabar con el pueblo palestino. Y digo más, quieren acabar con todo el pueblo árabe, con todo el pueblo musulmán. Han sembrado una ideología del odio, de la racia. La han sembrado durante 75 años con el apoyo de Occidente. Atención, mundo bueno que me escucha. Atención, hombres y mujeres de los Estados Unidos, de Europa y del mundo. Han sembrado una ideología más peligrosa que la nazi. Primero contra el pueblo palestino. Racia, exterminio, genocidio, bombas atómicas. Y luego vienen los pueblos árabes, todos los pueblos musulmanes. Y después quieran venir por nosotros, los cristianos, los católicos. Paremos al tiempo el genocidio. Paremos a tiempo el genocidio sionista contra el amado y pueblo palestino.
So I want to go over some stuff that seems pretty obvious to me on motivations on why we would want to dismantle Venezuela. Venezuela is a predominantly Catholic country with very strong laws against abortion, with the exception being the life of the mother. Maduro has been critical of Israel, calling it a genocide in Gaza and against Zionism.
¿Manda quién? ¿Netanyahu a Estados Unidos o Estados Unidos a Netanyahu? Que cada quien saque sus conclusiones. Yo creo que los sionistas gobiernan Estados Unidos. Mandan en la Casa Blanca, en el Congreso, en los medios de comunicación, en las redes. Y el mundo ha reaccionado. La masacre, el genocidio contra el pueblo palestino ha llegado a tal nivel de barbarie, de sangre y de muerte, que el mundo entero ha creado una conciencia hoy por hoy mayor de paz. De paz. El mundo que viene ahora va a ser muy distinto que el mundo que tuvimos antes. Hubo que pasar por este dolor, hubo que pasar por tanta sangre y sufrimiento. Es inaceptable, como lo decía hoy el canciller del Vaticano.
Now, see, a lot of people are saying, see you around, AB. A lot of people are saying now that the reason they went in and did this was because Venezuela refused to pump more oil. And do I believe it? Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. That and the drugs and stuff, probably. Who knows? But let me ask you this. How did this country sustain all of it, 28-something million people, and not have a country in debt? That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. And we should do a study of how many countries literally are not in debt to any other country for any trades or anything. How are these people doing it? And I think America should take lessons from them, because how are these people doing that? It blows my mind. They would have to be a country that is sustained on itself. It grows its own food. It grows everything. It's meat, cattle, fish, whatever, is all in-house. And that's the only way I could figure out how they could. Oh, Kelt's back again. Kelt's back again. Guess the Venezuelans in the streets thanking them got the fake president out. I don't know. I have no idea. I've just been touching, going on it. I everybody pretty much had it, and you can see the stocks go up, the stocks come down. Is this going to turn into something bigger or whatever? How did they do that? Of course, America's a lot bigger, but depending on how many people they have in Venezuela, how did they remain out of debt all these years? All these years. I think someone's hacking into my messenger or something, or a rogue government person or something. Either that or it might be a hit or something. So I'm always locked and loaded. Folks, always keep locked and loaded. Just in case, if they come through the door saying SWAT, then it's a SWAT. If they try coming through your door and they're not pronouncing themselves, we all know what to do. But anyways, well, we don't know. They could be retaliating for us to go, going into Venezuela and stopping their little party. I don't know. But hopefully someone can explain how they've gone through all this time and not been a country in debt. Cult wants to talk about the Jews. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I figured you got your info from Confused Racists. That man is making it about the Jews, not from how it really is there. No, I'm not. I'm more interested in how this country went this far without any debt. What the heck is wrong with my messenger? Couldn't load chat, reload page on your chat. All right, the page, Facebook is open. I can see that, but chat is not working on Facebook. Probably hacking into it. Somebody trying to get shit. And for one of these YouTubers or somebody, I don't know. Let's watch a little bit more of this video.
Pietro Parolini, es inaceptable lo que se le hace al pueblo palestino.
Maduro's opposition, Maria Corina Machado, is a strong supporter of Israel and wants to restore strong relations with Israel. She is more left-leaning on the idea of abortion and LGBTQ issues. Most Americans I talk to are not buying that this is really about drugs and sanctioned oil tankers. It's not about social issues. I just added to the highlights some differences in the two leaders. No, don't believe her? Well, let's get to know this Machado woman.
Thank Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of the State of Israel.
I promise we one day will have a close relationship between Venezuela and Israel.
I myself look forward to visit the State of Israel as soon as we conquer freedom. We will prevail.
And I can announce this, that our government will move our Israeli embassy to Jerusalem.
And how about this? I mean, they slipped up on live television.
The implications here are really great for the Venezuelan people. 27 years to be packaged together, Chavez and Maduro. Think about that. 27.
Now, look, folks, I know a lot of people out there maybe have been drinking the Kool-Aid as far as, oh, it's just about drugs and stuff. But look, the way the world is ran is through money and power. And when you have money, you have power. That's it. You have influence. You can make people do things they don't want to do. You can blackmail people. You can pay them off. You can give a ton of money to countries to shut them up. You can do whatever you want. And when you don't have control over a country in terms of the money side, you don't have that much control. So this is pretty interesting. In 2000, there were 9 countries without a Rothschild-owned central bank. Iran, Iraq, Cuba, Syria, Libya, Sudan, Venezuela, Afghanistan, and North Korea. Well, we just bombed the hell out of Iran. I wonder why. Oh, is it because of nukes? Because, Benjamin Netanyahu has been saying that Iran is super close to having nukes for 20, 30 years. Iraq, been to war with them. So obviously there's central banks there now. Cuba, Syria, Libya, Sudan. Look at that. Venezuela. We were at war in Afghanistan. We've helped out at a lot of these places. We're definitely not getting one into North Korea, but Venezuela will have one very soon. The Rothschilds are already talking about it. Nat Rothschild says, well done, Donald J.
Now, this Rothschild thing, I'm not sure about that. There might not be American banks or whatever, or something like Danny is saying. And maybe they're looking to do something like that there. Maybe. I could tell you this much. This is a country that don't owe anybody anything. How did they do that? And do they really want American ways in their country? I don't know. Maybe we should switch countries with them. They don't owe anything. Give them America and we'll take Venezuela. How do you get this far in this world and you don't owe anybody anything? I hate to say it, they must have been a massive player in the game of oil and maybe the yayo. You know, I don't know. Good God, I wish we could say that here in America, a country that is out of debt. And my messenger is still not working. Let me click on someone else's name and see if that's what it is, maybe. Nope, it's saying could not load chat. So somebody must be doing something in the messenger. Yep, messenger is down. Hopefully people can hear me and see me right now on YouTube. I don't know. Don't let these people set you up either, folks. You know, a lot of us are getting worried because if they're this desperate to try and do something like that, you know, some of these people are saying, well, they're trying to take over, they're setting people up, they're yada, yada, yada. You know, good God, if they're taking countries, they pretty much could do anything. Pretty crazy if you ask me. But what was the reason they did it? Was it the drugs? How do they know it was the president? This guy that they went and picked up of Venezuela that was pushing the drugs. I mean, it's reported he locked everyone up. Let's see, everything else is working on Facebook, but Messenger is down. Let's see if it's back up. I don't know. They probably hacked it. Who knows who I'm talking to on the other end of that? Let's open Messenger and see. Could not load chat. Let's try it again. No. It's crazy. All right, let's watch a little more of this.
Trump, and it says Venezuela on there.
And I just want to enjoy today and this week and this month and even the rest of this year, savoring this moment. So I don't really think about the next step. This is a great achievement, and I just want to.
So look, folks, I am not buying it's because of drugs and everything else. If we really wanted to go after the major drug problem, we would go after China, because that's where the precursor for fentanyl is coming from. We would go after cartels for bringing it into this country. We just took down one of the most conservative places in the world by a conservative president, and the reasoning is for drugs and oil. Why aren't we going to Colombia? That's where most of the world's cocaine comes from. I'm just not buying it.
Well, there you go. Danny's not buying the whole thing. Well, why don't they go into Colombia? Why don't they do these things? I don't know. There must be some connection there. Why only the countries that refuse to let things in their country, and they have better health care and better medical help? Heck, I was just watching something where people are going to Germany for cancer treatments and stuff. Well, I'm trying to talk to the world, and you know, America should be 10 times more advanced than these other countries, but we are not. And that's just the bottom line. When it comes to health and medical treatments, there's a lot of people that are leaving America going to these other countries for these treatments. Now, whether they're living or not, I don't know. It's pretty crazy if you ask me. Miss Debbie Fox, if you're watching, I don't have Messenger. It's not opening. Well, it's opening, but it's not showing any messages. I just sent you a thumb, but I can't see it. It's not showing nothing. My dang home messenger is wiped out. Must be a hacker. It could be another country trying to hack it. It could be under attack. It could be rogue government. It could be. I mean, I'm the idiot. I'm the retard. But then again, they could be trying to kill retards. No. That's what they did in other countries. I don't know. It's pretty crazy if you ask me. But how can Venezuela stay out of this? You know, I imagine they only. It seems like they only use us when they need us, and then they want us out of there, just like every country. You know, just like every country. We go in, save the day, dump a bunch of money in their laps, a bunch of food and stuff, and then they don't want us no more, and we have to, you know, they want us to leave or whatever. So, will we be able to keep the country and run it? I don't know. You'd have to bring in military force. You'd have to bring in someone you could trust. And you would have to call it Venezuela, the land of the USA. Or something. You have to put USA somewhere in there, like the Gulf of America. You know, you have to. There's certain things you have to do: a military presence, police presence. But you know what? Their crime is so low there, and everything is. You know, the guy they just locked up. People were saying that they were happy. The streets were, you know, there wasn't madness going on and all kinds of stuff. You know, I'm not sure, but don't worry about it. Keep fighting the good fight, folks. We are at war with these crazy young punks. They've gone crazy in America. Completely crazy. I don't know. Who's this? Super acting Vincent. Here comes Vincent now. Let's go to war in America. I mean, I agree with Danny. Why are we waiting? We already know these people have gone completely crazy. They're not going to obey by the rules in America because of their freedoms. No. I don't know. When you find that hacker government that's hacking my system, you make sure you chop off both of his hands. Now, the government's screaming to me we should bring back public punishment. Maybe that's the way I have to go. We know it's these YouTubers, government, and that's going to be our new war. We know a lot of these people are using YouTube channels as runs. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop now. We're too deep in it. We're going to have to go with our next thing. I mean, we're getting retaliation already. Let the White House know, and Congress and Senate and the government know we're already getting attacked demonically, spiritually, physically. We're a country under siege, under war. I don't know. Who knows? Magic, witchery. Come on, Congress, Senate, White House, Pentagon. You knew. You had to have known that eventually all this freedom was just a way to open the door to the devil. Now, we're going to get attacked by the gays, which they're already trying to kill us. Let Trump know these psychomatic addicts are snipering people. They're going crazy. Completely crazy. We're going to probably get the LBGDDB, the rainbow trouts, all the gays mad at everybody. How dare you? They didn't allow it in Venezuela. They didn't allow it with Castro's country. They don't allow it in a lot of these countries. They find it a slap in the face to God. It's damaging to their country when sexual diseases, man on man or woman on woman, wipe out a whole community. I mean, it's science. It's science. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I think I should get some of my military guys in it. We have to attack this war on YouTube. We're watching a lot of them on YouTube. The sheriff was right. Carter and Lau, yeah, we're watching them. They're right in front of our face. They're woven within the system, police department, government, military. You name it. Woven. But like I said, this happened with Castro. It's time to fight the devil within our own borders. I know that pisses a lot of people off, but hey, I didn't create the rules. You folks want to get mad and blame somebody. Don't blame me. I'm a retard. I don't control the world. If I did, it'd be a lot different. So, like I said, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I didn't create this madness. We just report on it. That's all. And I do agree with Danny on some of this stuff and some of the other guys. How are we doing this when we got people in our own streets dying and starving and homeless and all that? I don't know. Figure out how Venezuela goes through this whole thing and don't own one penny to anybody. Someone knows what they're doing in that country. I can tell you that much. We all might be moving to Venezuela. Maybe. Might be our new jobs. We might have to keep peace there. They might be sending some of us there. We might have to run it for a while till they hold proper elections and elect somebody in again. Don't know. It's all controversy and everything. I do agree with a lot of people. This hacking stuff and all this computer stuff, it's witchery, sorcery, all this stuff is crazy, and it should have never been in America, the greatest country in the world. Here we are going down the tubes. And these countries that don't allow the stuff that we allow in this country are thriving. It's almost like they did a sleight of hand or witchery, sorcery, and switched. You know, America, the greatest country in the world, and we're in debt, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. We have freedom. You're free to do anything you want, and it's just sucking us down the hole. And you got these countries that ain't as populated as America, and they're thriving and don't have no debt to any countries or anything. It's pretty crazy if you ask me. I mean, are they under God? Is that country under God? And that's why it's not in debt. That's why it's they have better hospitalization, healthcare, whatever. Probably even food too. I heard the other day that Canada's cereal and food is different than ours. We make food for them, but the food we make don't have things in it that we have here. Very crazy. I think someone's trying to hack my channel and hack my Facebook accounts. So let the authorities know and the military guys track these idiots, whatever country or whatever one of these YouTubers that are doing it, and effing attack. Break down the doors and attack. They're killing people in America, folks. It's a war. It's become a religion war, a race war. Nah, I wish I would have went to school for computers. Be able to tell when someone's hacking you and then track it back to their house, hit a button, send a heat-seeking missile. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Well, thank God a lot of us have awoken and become madmen. Right? We see through the bull crap. Well, it's 1:00 at night. Let's see if Facebook is working. No, Facebook is not working. Zuckerberg book is not working. Let me log out. Try logging back in and see what happens. Oh, Zuckerberg Facebook ain't. Messenger ain't working. Zuckerberg. Yeah, chat ain't working. Listen, government, you're breaking laws by hacking into my system. I'm just letting you know. This channel is like a United States military defense system. You're going to be getting federal charges. You know, I just watched something on YouTube, a video, and it was a cop pulling over a vehicle that was a government vehicle, and the guy kept telling the police officers he's a federal agent and you can't touch the truck, it's top secret stuff or whatever. And the highway patrol officer kept telling him, bull crap, I'm law around here on this road. So the cop decided to get the bolt cutters out of his cop car. And he cut the lock to the back of the truck. And the federal agent that was driving the truck said, officer, you just committed a crime. And this is top secret federal government vehicle, and we're transporting stuff. Well, the cop thought they were using the vehicle to smuggle drugs. And the cop told, or the federal agent told the cop, if you open them doors, it's going to trigger a device and you're going to regret opening the doors to the back of this vehicle. But the cop didn't listen. He cut the lock, opened up the doors, and they had a defense system inside of the back of the truck, the trailer. And they had a robot, a drone. And as soon as the guy opened up the trailer, the drone turned on and gave the guy a warning saying, you're breaking the law. And was going to return fire upon him. And the cop shut the doors real quick and everything. Within seconds, all these black vehicles pulled up and these guys jumped out. Pinned the sheriff down to the ground. And the guy that was driving the truck came up to him and told him, you're under arrest. You're being charged with this, this, this. And they charged the sheriff. I think they're using magic and black magic. We might have to continue this assault on Venezuela. Maybe Trump's onto something and the government's onto something. They're using black magic and we're taking them out, or some kind of magic. I don't know. Well, YouTube seems to be working okay. Hidden Killers with Tony Brutsky was just on.
Midnight Marathoners.
Ousted Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife are back behind bars tonight after their first court appearance today. The couple was escorted under heavy guard to federal court in New York City. They pleaded not guilty to charges of narco-terrorism, conspiracy, along with cocaine and weapons charges. Nicolas Maduro referred to himself as the president of Venezuela, and his wife, Celia Flores, called herself the first lady of the Republic of Venezuela. Maduro's attorney called the U.S. raid leading to their capture, quote, a military abduction, and said Maduro should be immune from prosecution as the head of a sovereign state. They are expected back in court March 17th.
Well, Trump, you're in it now, so now you'll probably have to. You're going to have to occupy it. I mean, if he was selling drugs, I could see why they went after him. If he was selling weapons that were killing Americans, then I could see that why they went after him. You know, that's just like any country. And we did go to war with Cuba. We didn't. We were supplying stuff to fight inside Cuba back in the day because there was a lot of cocaine coming from there. So a lot of people don't realize that we supported them with weapons and stuff like that, CIA and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy if you ask me. Now you have to worry about retaliation from people in our country, being that this happened. And I guess there's a lot of Venezuelans over here or whatever they're saying. I don't know. But keep your eyes open. It's a movie. Keep the cameras rolling. It's about all we can do. Sit from the sidelines and watch. That's about it. Are we at an hour yet? You know, I've been coming up with ideas. Everyone says we're getting attacked by demonic stuff that we cannot see. But is it because we're not using the right vision or light? When we exploded the nuclear bomb and was doing tests, there was people saying that there was ghost people in the footage. Maybe it was so bright like an X-ray machine, because people said, that were there doing the test on the bomb, that it was so bright that you can actually see your bones in your body through your flesh. But also people seen in footage like ghost figures or something. Maybe it was so bright it exposed the world we can't see. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. God dang it, Messenger is still not working. Oh, I can see there's a cop car out there probably trying to steal information from me or something across in the parking lot. I see the reflection through the window. Maybe they're trying to steal data or hack into the channel or something. I don't know. It's just a movie. Oh, I see. They're trying to get me in trouble so they can steal my movie. Well, it's happened before. It's happened before. Or maybe it's because I'm talking about Venezuela and how they had free electricity in Castro. His country also had free electricity. They don't want people to say that. They'll kill you for it. Or try and set you up. But I do see what Danny's talking about now. By golly, the history shows it. We go after these countries that sustain themselves, that ain't in debt to nobody, where shit is free. They have no credit card debt in Venezuela. How the heck are they doing it? Well, probably everything is so low and everything. America hasn't gotten their hands on it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be ending this at 1 hour, 5 minutes away. All right, so I'm looking for some more stuff, but I ain't seeing it. Well, if anything happens, folks, to me, make sure you go through the whole town, all these YouTubers. I know it ain't the government because we'd already been dead, and I know it ain't God because we definitely would have been already dead. So it's some disgruntled people or something, maybe the bad guys, because I'm like, lock everything down, and it's just a movie. I have no powers to lock anything down. Only God does. I'm just a follower of the Bible and Jesus, but you know what? That can even get you killed. So, there really ain't too much you could do. Either way, you're danged if you do, you're danged if you don't. You're danged if you don't believe, you're danged if you do believe. Either way, we get it in both ends. What in a time like this, what do? You break away from what is destroying you. I mean, I'm just saying, what would I do? I probably would break away from religion, all this demonic stuff, and other countries, whatever, try and pay our debt off and live a life without witches, goblins, goblins, the devil, all the madness. I don't know how you would do it. I'm just throwing out some ideas. But, no matter what we come up with, there's always going to be someone out there that says, Nazis, or Nazis. They don't even want you to say it anymore. It destroyed a whole thing. And they don't even want you to talk about history that we were taught in school. Most of these people don't even remember it. I barely do either with my disability. But, these things happened. History repeats itself. So you have to keep in mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try and get my messenger working. So here's another video down of reporting on the madness around us. Hopefully it changes, Lord, in Jesus' name, amen. I pray for the blood of Jesus to cover us all in America, every single person. Heal us all. Feed us all in Jesus' name. And protect us from the evil one. You folks have a good night.